Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and this video is going to show the fastest cars made by the in-game manufacturer Bravado in terms of lap time. As always, the position counter is in the top left with the best lap time the vehicle achieved in the top right, and since it's more for interest purposes rather than anything functional, non-raceable cars are included in this list. Also, as the title says, this is cars only, there's no bikes, planes or anything else here. This video only focuses on track performance, so if you're interested in top speed, where braking, cornering and acceleration aren't relevant, check the link in the description for the top speed testing series, and if you want to know more information about this testing, including the extent to which it's accurate and how useful it is for you personally, have a read of the full description as everything that you need is in there. This video lists the top 10 cars and is correct as of the Cayo Perico heist update. For any vehicles added after that or other classes of cars, check the playlist linked in the second line of the description, and feel free to check out my Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want to support this work and get testing results of any new cars a little bit early. So Bravado is an absolute classic car maker in the GTA universe. It's the third biggest car maker in GTA 5 with 26 cars now, behind D-Class and Vapid at 44 and 54 respectively, and ahead of Benefactor at 24, all of which we've covered already in videos. You can check the playlist in the description that shows you all the fastest manufacturer spin-off videos all in a single playlist. But they do make quite a lot of slow cars, Bravado. As we've seen also this list, the first sort of 6 cars are all kind of variants of each other, and that kind of goes for most of the cars here. We saw 3 different gauntlets. It was just a regular gauntlet that wasn't quick enough to make the top 10. Then we've had the 3 gauntlets, with the Gauntlet Hellfire being the quickest, but none of them are at the top of the muscle cars class. Then we've got the 3 Buffaloes here, the regular Buffalo, the Buffalo S and then the Sprunk Buffalo, the quickest variant of which is the Sprunk Buffalo, but that's only 53rd for the sports class. And then that's already into the top 5. There's only 4 cars left, and 2 of them are based on this, the Banshee. 4th place for the Banshee. It's an absolute classic. It's 44th in the sports class these days, which is kind of crazy, but it's such a lovely car to drive, the Banshee. If you're doing one of the lower tier sports car races where the Banshee is available, I think it's Sports C or Sports D tier. It's a wonderful car to drive, and it has it's just an absolute classic. You can't really go wrong with a Banshee, but it is only the 4th quickest car that Bravado makes. We've got another sports car in 3rd place with the Falira, slightly quicker than the Banshee, 40th in the sports class, and that's as good as it gets for Bravado when it comes to the sports class, 40th place. And it's kind of the same story in every class. They're the 3rd biggest car maker, but they don't really make anything that's insanely quick. And yeah, 40th place is the best that they get in sports. I think it was 14th is the best that they get in muscle for the Gauntlet Hellfire. And then the next car that we'll see, that's 2nd place, the 2nd quickest car that Bravado makes, probably also should be in the sports class, and it would do a little bit better in terms of its position, but it wouldn't be anywhere near the top pace still. It's the Banshee 900R. So we've had, in this top 10 list, 3 gauntlets, 3 Buffaloes, 2 Banshees. It's difficult to get some uniqueness in this list. With a 104.5, it's only a little bit quicker than what we saw from the Falira. It's 4 seconds per lap slower than even the best sports cars. But Rockstar decided to, when you upgrade the Banshee into the Banshee 900R, they made the Banshee 900R a supercar, so it's stuck in the supers class right at the bottom. 41st place for supers, and there's only sort of 43, 44 cars in the supercars class. It's got a good top speed. It would be top in the list for top speed. That's its sort of claim to fame if we were looking at the top speed version of this list. But it is only 2nd because in terms of lap time, the Sasquatch is actually number 1 for vehicles that Bravado makes. It is a non-raceable vehicle. Obviously, it's an arena vehicle. Normally, when it comes to the off-roads list, I would separate this out, and this is the quickest off-road vehicle that's in the non-raceable version of off-road vehicles, and when we're splitting them up. With a 104.0, it's actually half a second quicker than the Banshee 900R. You'll see the comparison at the end. It's interesting that the Banshee 900R is obviously a lot better in the corners, even though it's not really that good in the corners in comparison to quick supercars and sports cars. But the Sasquatch obviously has that boost that Arena War vehicles get, the nitrous boost that allows them to get much quicker top speeds and lap times in general, because you can't really look beyond those boosts or rocket powered vehicles. They're just too quick. So Bravado is kind of like the jack of all trades, master of none. They've got a little bit of everything, they've got cars in a lot of different classes, but nothing is really standout. The fact that 40th place and it is pretty much the highest they get in sports and supercars classes. There's nothing insanely quick. They make some great cars, they make some nice cars to drive, but nothing that is at the very top end of any specific class. You're not going to be racing a Bravado in general if you want the quickest cars in any given race. So they're a great car maker, and for them to be the third biggest car maker, they're kind of like D-Class in a way that they just don't have anything super quick. Obviously D-Class has the open wheeler now, but yeah, it's maybe we'll see something interesting from Bravado in the future. Maybe a new Banshee, because since they seem to like having variants of cars, maybe we'll see a new Super Banshee that's on the pace of the Emirates and the Krieger at the top of supercars. But somehow I doubt it. Bravado seem to have a specific way of doing things, and they stick to that, and they do it very well, to be fair. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Consider supporting on Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want testing results early. And remember to read the description for more info, comment with your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed it, found it helpful, and subscribe for more. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.